Hi, welcome to Baldwins. We're here today at 399 The Strand. I'm Neil Paisley and I'm joined by Dominic Chorney, our ancient specialist. And today we're going to talk about our recent auction, number 103.
Yeah, I can't believe it was October when this auction happened. It feels like such a long time ago, and we were going to do a video much sooner after, but it's just been really hectic in the run-up to Christmas, hasn't it?
Yeah, extremely busy. We've done a fixed price list, but we felt it was time to now discuss it and say how it went, which actually it was a fantastic success, considering it was the first one we've had in our newly refurbished auction room. And the first live one since the pandemic. Even more so, Dominic, for the first time ever, he took to the rostrum. He took the auction. How did you find it?
It was good fun. It was really good fun. It was about 7 hours, I think, with a 20-minute break.
594 lots.
Yeah, that's a lot. I couldn't speak for about 3 days afterwards. People warned me not to do the whole thing, but I thought it would be nice to try and do the full run.
Of course, I chickened out, but nevertheless, but you did a great job, and most people thought Dominic had been doing it all his life. So.
I don't know about that, but
it was good, Dom.
But incidentally, you mentioned the fixed price list. Those catalogues are green,
yes. And
and in the future, from auction 103, fixed price lists are green and auction catalogues are black, so they're instantly recognisable. You'll see our next sale; it'll be a black list.
Yeah, and our next sale will be in March. But back to auction 103, we had some fantastic results. In the sale, we covered ancient coins, Anglo-Saxon, British hammered, milled, world coins, commemorative medals, and we even had military medals that did very well too.
They did, they really did. Even though they were tucked away at the end of the catalogue, there was still a lot of interest.
Overall, we hammered close to £1 million, and considering the low estimate of the whole sale was around 600,000, it just shows how buoyant the coin market is. And we had, some of the ancients did well.
Yeah, we had a couple of really nice declared detector finds. It's important with metal detector finds in the UK, you've really got to be declared through the Portable Antiquities scheme. And we had a lovely gold aureus of the Emperor Tiberius, which was found by a detectorist a few years ago. And that hammered for, I think, around £6,000. So that was really strong. And also a lovely one-Ursh type Celtic gold stater, which I believe was found in Essex. But that was a really successful coin as well, hammering for around £3,500. So two really nice, properly declared metal detector finds from the UK, as well as lots of Greek coins with good pedigrees. We have, actually on the cover, we can see a nice stater from Aegina with the turtle, and a lovely Alexander the Great gold stater, and those price of gold staters of Alexander have been going up a heck of a lot recently. Yeah. So I think that hammered for around 6,000 as well. So yeah, some really nice ancients, but I feel like the ancients in this sale almost paled in comparison to some of the English we had. But that's not really a problem.
We had some fantastic examples in the British section, in the hammered and milled. Notably, one that stood out for me in the hammered gold section was we had a James I ship Ryle. Superb condition, superb portrait. Unfortunately, it had been pierced and plugged very skillfully. You could only tell under a magnifying glass, but of course we did describe that, and it did make me wary whether it would sell or not. So we estimated it at £18,000. As it happened, there was a loss of bidding, and that actually realised 29,000. So that was a great result. But to be honest, if it didn't have the pierce and plugging, it would have been a £100,000 coin. So I can see why it did go for that.
Yeah, well, we had two triple unites as well, didn't we? The two variations, the sort of really impressive, I suppose you'd say almost classical style bust.
Yes.
And the slightly smaller, more sort of cruder style, but they both did very well as well.
They did. They both hammered for over 50,000. They were both VF or better, so that was great in the hammered gold. The milled section, very strong again. Although a lot of people won't find this interesting, an 1831 proof gold £2 that was encapsulated at proof 63. It is very high for one of those. We estimated it at 14,000. It ended up selling for 29,000, so that was great. Another one that's definitely worth mentioning is an 1847 Gothic Crown, graded at Proof 65 Cameo. We estimated at 18,000, which was on the low side. We expected it to go mid-20s. It hammered for 45,000, which was astonishing, really. A few years ago, Proof 67 sold for less than that. So it just shows that the market is incredible.
I would say you also took a large consignment of florins, didn't you? And I noticed that about 2/3 of the way through the catalogue.
Well, I wanted to keep you busy, Dominic.
We got to the 20th page of florins, and my voice had nearly gone, and there were probably another 20 pages of florins. It felt never ending, but they were all selling, and they were all getting really strong.
I was just going to say they all sold, so at least we weren't wasting your time.
And it was the same for sovereigns as well, consistently, even fairly, ordinary but high-grade sovereigns selling for, £350 plus.
Yeah, just ordinary ones that you'd think were bullion, but no, they were getting good prices.
I tell you, after all of those florins and sovereigns, I was very happy to get onto the commemorative medals and the world coins. And in the world, there was a really nice gold cob, which is also on the front of the catalogue. I'm looking at it there. That was absolutely stunning. And I believe it went for significantly over its estimate.
I think 3 times over its estimate. I think his estimate was around 5,000. I'm sure it was about 15,000.
Well, that one came over the counter, and I remember we had so many inquiries from overseas, particularly in the USA, really interested, because these new examples don't tend to come onto the market very often, do they? And this one had been in collection for 30 or 40 years, I think.
So that leads me on to commemorative medals, Dom. And one I must mention was a 1626 Charles I Gold Coronation Medal. It was particularly lovely, reddish tone, strong strike, definitely one of the finest known. From an old collection, it came in over the counter. We put a conservative reserve of 7,000 on it, but again, furious bidding, and that ended up hammering for 28,000.
Yeah, that was amazing. I remember there was a lot of phone bidding in particular. I think we had 3 phones going at the same time and some room bidding. It was really, really exciting, and I
remember it was quite animated, wasn't it, at the back?
It certainly was. We had some of our specialists on the phones, and it was getting quite exciting. There was a real duel at the end to try and get it. But yeah, did you say 28,000 at Hammered for? That was very
and
impressive.
Probably one of the highlights of the sale, just in terms of the bidding, people getting excited. Yeah, it was great. Must have been great for you, Dominic, as well.
It was really good fun. Yeah, really good fun.
I think that sort of sums up the sale. There were many other great rarities in there. Fantastic prices. It was really good, and we just can't wait for the next one. We're hoping that will be, Dominic, February, March?
Yeah, looks like it, and I think that'll be, hopefully even better than this sale.
Yeah, we certainly have some promising consignments. So yes, watch this space, and we'll look forward to presenting it to you again.